commiserating.
Somebody typed that out. They got in my head. Probably one of the first CDs I ever bought.
Really? All this
First 10.
Blink
First 10.
182? I didn't know you were a Blink
Yeah.
182 guy.
I mean, just it was one of those that everybody bought.
They were in that sweet spot, yeah, where people were buying CDs. Welcome to the Deep Dive halftime show for Vikes Eagles. Do you want to comment on this game, or do you have any thoughts on the absolute thrashing that is taking place in Orchard Park, New York?
Thunderfucked. Yeah.
There's still a quarter left of that game.
We should do a 30 for 30. What if I told you a team was markedly better than another team, and then they started to get all the breaks too? Fumbles and interceptions and tip balls and muff punts. It got ugly there, but yeah, we'll get to that game. Let's focus on the halftime we're at, just because we will probably, I don't try to come up with a bet. Nice job on your the under full game and second half of the Bears game last night.
Ooh, that
couldn't
was
get a
good.
first touchdown score.
That was good.
Couldn't get the first touchdown score in this one.
Didn't you have Hurts?
No, that number was so short. It sucked.
Oh.
It sucks taking a quarterback under 10.
Oh, he was under 10? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get excited for anything under 10.
I feel like if you see a Hurts first touchdown scored over 10, you should just autoplay it, though.
Yeah.
That feels like a thing. 3 touchdowns.
It was like
3 halves of football.
And maybe his threshold needs to be a little lower, but like when we got to the Rams Bills game on Thursday, the opener, there were some Josh Allens that were like 15. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. That needs to be 9, guys. You guys are plumb crazy purple. Second half, Vikings -3.5, and the total 23.5.
Ooh.
What do you think of the let's not mince words. The Vikings defense is rough. I said that. Even Harrison Smith has gotten dummied a couple times. But what do you think of this Vikings offense? It seems like there's potential, but some of the play calling seems like they don't want to win the game.
Yeah, 4 3-and-outs out of 5 drives. Not awesome. The one drive that they strung together some success was a 9-play, 75-yard touchdown. And I thought that at that point, I was like, oh, we got ourselves a little game here. 14-7. Nice little drive. Vikings woke up, but the Vikings defense has been outclassed in a lot of ways, to put it politely. I think this is a correlated second half.
If you like the Vikings, I think you like points.
Yeah, 100.
Anytime the Vikings score, the Eagles are going to have to get extra, bring the aggressiveness up. So just moreover.
Similar game state as we had week 1 for the Eagles, where they had a big fat lead, and we know how that ended. It was a 3-point game at the end of that, but it was, a million fucking points. I
don't think it'll get that nutty.
Vikings have been bet down to 3 at Chris, totals up to 24, which is interesting because those are opposite what I would have thought correlated. I'm
looking at another
chew on this price here. Vikings continuing to come down. 3 is now -114. A little bit of Eagles love out there.
Yeah, mostly 24 in the market now.
I got to tell you, the fans have been pretty awesome. The crowds has been pretty strong supporting the Eagles here. The Vikings will get the ball first in the second half. Kirk Cousins so far tonight has been just a little bit off with some guys that, created separation against a secondary that's a little bit suspect for Philadelphia. I think Minnesota probably climbs back into this one, but is 3 the right price point? What's your feel?
Yeah, again, if you like 3, maybe you like over 13.5 team total, or the over 24 rather. I mean, out of those 3, what's your most likely outcome? Because just based on, I do think the Eagles, you can't go into garbage time yet. There's a whole half of football. The Eagles will stay aggressive, and even if they don't, even when they're running, they're getting big chunks of yards. I don't know how many designed run plays I'd call for my quarterback, try try to not get him hurt. And unless Minnesota climbs back in this, I'd throttle off that a little. But even some of the Bart Scott up the middle, like everything seems to be working right now. So an over, a Vikings team total over, feel better than just betting the Vikings. Although there's a lot of scenarios where the Vikings never really make a true swing at getting back in this game. And
if this hits
they lose by 10.
If this hits 24.5, I'm inclined to play the under, and it's trending there. Over 24 right now is minus 120.
Yeah, it's going that way.
Are we going to get to 24.5? Or do you agree with me on that?
I have trouble with that because Minnesota will be in desperation mode, and they have a couple good receivers. Like Irv Smith dropped a sure touchdown.
Yeah, but
they've had a couple of drives that have just been murdered by clear pass interferences. Like Minnesota should be moving the ball. I don't love the under here. I'm more inclined to just bet on Minnesota to make this a game without really making it a game. Like, they covered the second half and lost by 10.
There's been some pressure on Cousins, but overall, I think that could tilt in favor of Philly more in the second half, considering the game state. What are your thoughts on that?
What do you mean?
Can the Minnesota offensive line win their 1v1s, give Cousins time to pick apart the secondary in comeback mode?
I don't know. I don't know what to make of this Kevin O'Connell this week. Some of these first down runs have really disappointed me. And yeah, you have a good running back, but some of the plate sequencing was pretty ugly. I wonder what do you expect from Minnesota in the second half? Let's say they only get 4 drives.
4 rush attempts total.
I mean, just as far as median points.
14.
Yeah, that's why it was just that team total is getting juiced up a little. The 24 is. I feel like they'll just keep doing this where it'll be over 24 minus 130. They just won't give you that 24.5. They'd have to take some big swings at it, I suppose. I don't know. This is a very tough one. This is not if we weren't doing this, if we didn't have a halftime show where we loved doing a second half bet, I probably wouldn't bet the second half. I don't have a strong indication of what the Minnesota offense is going to be. Like we said last week, they got out to an early lead and they were able to be pretty laid back in the second half as Green Bay really never got back into it. And now we saw them kind of laid back on first and second downs, put themselves in a lot of shitty third downs. And like you said, a lot of 3 and outs. I don't know. Should we let the chat decide here? Now it's a little bit of slight action to the under. And there it is, 24.5.
115.
Dare
I think that's my bet. That's what I was looking for.
I will support you, but I have an over in this game that needs at
24
least 20.
I think that's the good 20, middle. That's a good middle.
No, it
20,
is.
21,
it is
23,
a good. So 20,
and 24.
21, 23.
All 23 and 24 get you there.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. That's fine. A lot. That's a lot. Because realistically, I feel like
there it's gone.
It's gone. Well, we got it.
Snapped up. That's funny.
All right. So I think
I paid minus 125 for it. It looks like
you did.
It went up and then it just started juicing back down.
I got
interesting market.
It is. I think they got it. I think what's funny is we waited out and we got the right price point when our fundamental opinion was these are good numbers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. The 3 and the 24 are perfect numbers. Like nobody should bet the second half.
I love it. All right, let's comment on a couple things about this game. I was talking to my buddy Jay this morning about this game in particular, and 2 awards markets potentially impacted in this one. The first is Coach of the Year, because these were going to be your co-favorites, and whoever showed out was going to get kind of favorite status, and that sure looks like Sirianni right now.
Up the market. I mean,
McDaniel deserves consideration, but
when I looked at a couple markets, he was co-favorite this morning.
I love McDaniel. I love the Dolphins right now. Hot on the Dolphins right now. Love them. They're gonna get their blowholes plugged next week by the Bills, probably.
Jesus.
But it's still hot on the Dolphins right now. The Dolphins have a very, very, very nasty month of December and January. They got to go at San Francisco, at LA back to back, and then at Buffalo the next week. They get a week off, and then they get at Patriots, I think. So 2 cold weather games, 2 West Coast games. It's just a really, really, really tough ending to the season. And so the likelihood that even if they have a good opening salvo here and do some amazing things, back up their win against the Ravens with a win against the Bills, McDaniel deserves consideration, surely, but I think that he's a bet against in that market just because of the way the schedule is going to break against them in the end of the year. Does that check out to you?
It does check out.
Okay. So then the next question is, if the Eagles do, let's say they hold on to this game, let's say that they continue their hot start and that this is a 13, 14, 15 win team potentially because the schedule is so easy. Eagles get the 1 seed. More likely that we see Sirianni get credit for that or Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts is probably going to threaten some rushing touchdown records this year. I mean, it has that. He's trending in that direction. What is your general thought?
He has played 2 truly horrendous defenses as a whole. Like I have the Minnesota defense ranked lower than the market, I believe, and I think it might be even worse than that. I'm not saying like Jalen Hurts is this big mirage and he's not going to have a good year, but I don't see performances like this week. I don't see it like the Lamar MVP year. He could, that's his ceiling, but it's tough to say when he's gone against 2 defenses that are very much wanting at basically all 3 levels, although some decent pass rushes on both, but he has been able to mitigate that quickly with what he's done, not only scrambling, but some of the designed runs when they were deep in their own end zone there. They called the design run, and the blocking and the scheming for that was gorgeous. The way the receivers cleared out the left side of the field for him, it's just like, oh my God, he's like 8 yards no matter what. Like
it was a great play.
I could get 7 yards there. So yeah, somebody did ask, what do you think the Bills Dolphins line reopens at?
4.5 Bills.
4.5, 5? That's maybe
I
an
can't
overreaction.
imagine why not. They might as well open it now because we got Case Keenum versus Malik Willis.
I was going to say, we got Keenum in.
Might as well open it. Jeff Sherman, Golf Odds probably got it up. I would expect 4.5. I wouldn't expect a big adjustment on this game. Like, people are so out on Tennessee. Like, they finally get it. Right? Yeah. Like, the finally
we said this in our preview. We said they are probably, just full on sabotaging their quarterback, and they didn't account for the fact that they drafted well and Treylon Burks is very good. Like they need to, they probably, that's like going against their plans here. But no, it's a rough team. Not only that, but Dupree got banged up. They lost a pass rusher. They had a corner sit out tonight. Titans, you know what? The Jaguars to win the division bets. Like those are kind of live because this is
kind of live. They're going to reopen favorite plus 130 probably. I would guess.
I would have it a big mess at the top. Even at 2-0-2, it's still too early to react to the Colts based on
neither of them anchoring. Is a divisional loss.
I know, but the anchoring
Colts are in much more trouble because they're 0-1-1 and their 2 division games are in the books.
Yeah. So a little anchoring with how they started though, or where they were put before the season. But you're right. It'll be close up there and ugly. This is turning into the NFC least as we get to overtime.
What if the Jags are kind of good though?
I don't know. You saw
some of those.
Washington.
You saw some of those plays though. That
and a fumble by Malik. It's funny. We'll come back to that. I want to talk about that first benching market, but right now I got to pay some bills. Overtime is brought to you by our partner, No House Advantage, which is a DFS site you should sign up for and use my promo code for if you love me. BetSperts promo code. You can do NFL, NBA, MLB, PGA, MMA, NASCAR, allhouseadvantage.com. Download the app, your app stores. Get your first deposit match for $25. And yeah, the first quarterback benching after we talked about it was Josh Allen. He was not listed in the market. I don't know. Do you just kind of way off on a tangent? Do you think they even consider Willis? He hasn't
No,
looked great. I think
no.
right back to Tannehill.
I think that
Season's not over.
No,
They
no,
will be
no.
0-2, like you said, non-divisional. But yeah, the Jags are the Jags. If the Jags had gotten that other win, I would definitely open them favorites. But I think it'll be a mess of basically everyone not named Houston will be up there, and our Jags to win the AFC tickets would look pretty squirrely if they were to get into the playoffs and be a fun kind of team.
Sure would be.
I
I'm
would.
not going to get my hopes up.
No, it's so early. It's
They
so
got to play
early.
the Chargers this week. Although, what a
they're-
week to play the Chargers.
I was going to say, what
a week.
What if Herbert misses and they get this done?
Oh
Basically,
my God.
when you go through the schedule preseason, you mark this as an L.
Yes.
Like, oh, they got to play the Chargers early in the season. Like that offense is going to be too much for them. Like, what if they get the backup? By the way, it's awesome to find out that the guy who stabbed Tyrod Taylor in the lung was it Tyrod Taylor? Yes,
yeah,
Tyrod
it
Taylor.
was Tyrod Taylor.
He's still there. This is it's like that T-shirt that says, "Hey, guess what? You know the mayor from Jaws 2 is the same guy who was the mayor in Jaws 1. Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote in local elections. Like, how is that guy still? He's being sued. Like, we'll kind of see how the lawsuit goes before we fire him. There are doctors all over. There's hospitals full. All over. I see doctors everywhere. Go get a different one, guys.
Believe it or not, there are medical specialists in Los Angeles. You don't even have to leave the city. they are here.
Yeah, I'm guessing you have multiple hospitals in the greater Los Angeles area to pluck from. People are going to medical school all day, but joking aside about our Jaguars tickets, we hope Herbert's healthy. I hate seeing injuries. Also, I hope that it sounds like the injured player from the Bills. I don't like seeing like broken legs and gory injuries, but that was almost worse. Yeah. Watching that, like, stop showing that, like his neck may be broken. It sounded like there was some report saying that he had movement in his extremities, his legs. So that's super good because they brought the ambulance out in a hurry. Haven't seen friendly fire like that in a long time where he just tried to take the hit and just about took his teammates. I feel bad for that guy. If anything would have happened, that guy's not sleeping for a week.
Yep.
So hopefully he's good. And then outside of that, the Bills just, man, they need to get healthy. Like, we need to get Gabe Davis back and clean up a few other things. I mean, you've seen that Josh Allen had a couple batted balls. Clean that shit up. Get Gabe Davis back. Let's get this offense clicking, guys. I need to see this team moving on all cylinders if I want to start believing. So,
I mean, the running attack is hot garb. 13 attempts for 48 yards, 3.7 per carry. They can't even put this game away, Andy.
I was going to say, looking at that, and I did see somebody bring that up somewhere else. It's just not a part of what they do.
They don't. Yeah, right.
I think they have just determined, like, they're fine. Hey, guess what? We're going to run it a little if we need to.
Your highest chances of success on any given down is putting the ball in Josh Allen's hands and throwing it to one of those amazing players.
Or he's your best running back.
Yes, he definitely is.
Designed runs for him, scrambles for him.
I like that they pulled the reins on that a little bit this week. Only one rush for 10 yards. Fine with that, especially in a game where you are just absolutely, railroading your opponent. Do not need to get Josh Allen throttled there. I think his rushing prop total was in the 40s. So yeah, easy rocking chair under there.
I've seen places as high as like 49.
Cousins is moving this offense with relative ease right now, although the clock is tick 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 ticking. It is first and 10 at the Philly 19. A little bit of bend don't break from the Eagles, but I think overall you are catching a little bit of urgency from this Vikings offense. They have not quit on the game. Have you seen specific things about the Vikings in general that gives you any concerns long term, or this was just a bad matchup? I mean, primetime in Philly early in the season, don't really want that. Oh, gross pick. Oh my goodness, that was bad.
I'm quickly
Primetime Cousins,
Primetime Cousins.
baby.
That was a prop.
Primetime Cousins.
How many
There's a
sacks do
flag
the Bills
down.
have?
I don't know if they're going to call this back. That was a bad pick. Good for the under, though, guys.
Good.
Holding on the offense. Decline that. First down, Philadelphia. Good way to start the second half, guys. Love that. You like that, Andy?
You like that?
You like that?
The long-term worry is that the play calling. I thought last week, hey, I looked at the play calling splits on early downs and I said, they were in plus game state so often that it's fine.
James Harden sighting. Slay picked it off and ran to the
Harden
sideline.
set the game.
That's hysterical. I love that.
But no, the biggest concern is like I kind of brushed it aside a little. Said they were in plus game state so often or during so much of the game last week that it was fine. I like, all right, let's run the ball on first down. It's fine. But I guess maybe it wasn't fine. Maybe Kevin O'Connell isn't the prince we were promised there. So
he's got a little bit too much McVay in him.
Still doing, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you an important question while we're chumming it up here. The Titans Bills total, I don't know if you see this, is sitting at 48.
I don't know if it gets there, man.
It's been at 48 for about almost a quarter now, and we only have 8 minutes remaining. What are the chances that this lands in the middle, even after getting to 48 halfway through the third quarter?
Well, I wouldn't expect Tennessee to kick any field goals. So even if they get a long drive, like that's the most maddening part about sitting on like let's say you had an over 48 and a half.
Yeah.
Is Tennessee gets down to like the 11-yard line and they run 8 more plays from there and get no points. Just something like there's always something like that.
So,
and those 8 plays take like 4 minutes.
If you have an over 48 and a half right now, you paid minus 110 for it. What is the current trading price for that? Minus 150? You have equities, surely.
You have a little equity, but
I mean,
man, it's still you have the backup quarterback in a game that you
and both teams are run handoff, run. Both teams look ready to kneel this to the death.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry if I'm laughing because I get delighted by primetime middles in every way, shape, and form. This looks like this might get there.
It might be that. Oh, say it ain't so.
All right, man. You think Eagles drive changes the game state at all, one way or the other, depending on the outcome? Like if they get a stop and ball back, they continue to be aggressive. A touchdown here, a long touchdown drive here from the Eagles. Everybody kind of calls out the dogs. What's your feel of the game?
Wait, I mean, even if there were like, if it took another 6 minutes and there was 3 left in the third quarter, it's way too early for dogs to be called off for Minnesota. Their win probability now has got to be under 5%, but still,
yeah, I think that's fair.
You still can't give up. I mean, go look what happened in the fourth quarter on Sunday.
Like there were immediate examples. Were there 3 double-digit comebacks?
Yeah, it's
3, right?
It's a thing. At least the 2.
Jets.
What's the third? Oh,
Dolphins.
Jets, Dolphins, and
Cardinals.
Arizona. Yeah,
3 double-digit comebacks.
Buckwild. A couple of them were 20-point.
Yeah.
And yeah. Philly is if Philly can get some first downs here on the ground.
That 4-yard carry by Sanders was pretty big right there. Now you get to milk another 3 minutes. This gets you close. Yeah.
Are you paying attention at all in Tokyo or Seoul? I don't even know which one. I think this is Tokyo.
I've paid attention to the players' party picks. Did you see all those floating around today? the ladies at the players' party in
I
Tokyo.
did see those.
That was fun stuff. Yeah, I love that. This time of year they kind of let their hair down and it's fun. I enjoy all the player parties.
Well, they haven't got to do the Asian swing for like how many years now?
A couple of years.
It's
Yeah,
been a
been
couple years,
while.
and I think
They got a whole bunch of great clothes
like
that are yeah.
I bragged about getting some good sushi today. Those people are getting some good sushi.
They're getting
If
the
you went-
real deal.
Yeah, if you went to Tokyo, like I don't know if you heard, but getting good fresh yellowtail here is in Minnesota.
I will say in a vacuum, Samsonova over Rybakina every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Rybakina lost
Sunday would be a
the
final.
Portoraz Slovenia final. Portoraz to Siniakova. That was on Sunday. Yeah, that was Sunday. That was yesterday. So she's going far east. Rybakina may sleepwalk through that match. I think I think that travel angle. That's what we in the business call a live angle.
Pop quiz hot shot.
Yeah.
The time difference between Chennai, where several of the players played, and Seoul, Korea, Chennai, India. The time difference.
I think it's probably a lot because Asia is enormous. I'm going to go with 6 hours.
3.5.
Really?
Yeah, because India's on the weird. All of India is one time zone. No, they have the lines coming down, and then the Indian one is just all of the whole country's the damn same time zone, and then they have the half-hour thing too. So it's a weird spot because they like gravitate towards the east side. It looks like it's a weird thing, but I always look at that when I'm looking at travel spots for women's tennis players.
Oh, by the way, Sign Collectibles, you know how I know that's
Kennan's
a good angle
right now
on Samsonova? It's because she opened plus 104 and it's now minus 145. That ship has sailed. I would not say minus 145 is a plus CB play at this point. I think the market has correctly priced in the travel at this point.
All right.
We've got it early.
Are we a few first JetBlue Amigo? I have no idea who this guy is, but he's wild
active
man.
As hell.
Good job, JetBlue Amigo. He has a keyboard that very much works. He says, are we a few first downs away from thinking the Vikings aren't actually that great? I'm hesitant to take them out of the hey, they should make the playoffs and make a run for this division. I'm maybe more on the holy fuck, the Eagles have weapons left and right. And also, if the refs are going to let them do what they're doing in the secondary, it's going to be tough. AJ Brown, that was a little bit concerning. When we went in the tent, he came right back out. But this Eagles team is fucking tough.
The Eagles are a tough test. This is a tough place to play, time of year to play it. Tough coming off of a win against Green Bay that was so awesome at home. Bad spot in every way, shape, and form. But I do think that the Vikings defense, they have a misfit between the the talent level of the players they have and the type of defense Ed Donatel wants to run do not match. And so for that reason, there are games where they are going to get bullied defensively. And this is one of those games. I think that you can probably pick spots and pick opponents where it's going to be pretty easy to say, hey, look, this offense is going to get whatever they want tonight. And, I think as next week is is going to be a really tough test for this Vikings defense because they're going up against the mighty Lions.
That's a fun one.
What's that going to open up? Is that going to open up under 7, you think?
Isn't it in Detroit?
Yeah, but they're 7-point dogs or something crazy, weren't they?
I didn't think they were that big of a dog. I thought it was smaller than that for sure.
Oh, okay. What was the was the price? You tell me. Why am I
it was 6. It was 6.5. So 6.5. It seems like a lot.
Number
6.5. I haven't had
it's in Minnesota. That's why. In Minnesota.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you think that probably opens up at 6 after this?
That's a fair price.
We talked about that total being a good bet to the over. You don't feel any differently right now than you did when we were talking about it yesterday, right?
No, the Eagles defense would be ranked higher in my power rankings than the Lions defense. So I think Minnesota probably a good get right
53.
week, and
We joked
it
on the
might
pod last night that's going to go to 53 and
it's
53 and a half, and
53.
then came
Yeah.
back down, and that's exactly what happened today. So you called that one very, very well.
Yeah. And oh boy, this over in the Tennessee game is gonna get real squirrely. We're down to 3 minutes. The Bills have the ball in the 18. I don't think Tennessee's taking timeouts down 35. They're down 34. So a Bills first down, but Bills probably don't kick the field goal either, do they? Do they just keep running the ball?
I guess the deep dive Discord guys all have this over in the Bills game.
Yeah.
Everybody seems like they're got the sweating this a little.
Probably the right call too.
4th and 6, Eagles gonna kick a field goal here to make it a 27-7 game. You know what that is good for, Andy?
A second half under?
An under 24 and a half, because now 3 touchdowns only gets you to 24.
Wouldn't hate seeing Justin Jefferson. I might have a Jefferson ATD bet that I wouldn't mind getting home.
Discord
here
has
somewhere.
under. Okay. Good job, guys. That's
sweaty either way.
I think you're on the right side of this one. I think we'll stay live until this gets resolved. Does that sound good?
Yeah, I don't care.
The live
field goal was blocked.
Oh, and recovered and taken back a long way.
You know, when you bet a second half under, we're like the Bills. Like, oh, the Bills are good, but then they get a muffed punt and a tip drill interception. Like, I feel like we made the right call, but then we also get a red zone interception and a field goal block.
Patrick Peterson with a really clean block. That was a really clean block. The fact that the Vikings didn't return that for a touchdown is a gift, actually. That probably should have been a block 6.
Do we say block 6? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
I'm not sure I've ever heard somebody utter that.
Block 6. I don't know. That is a big,
and of course
Kevin O'Connell right away, right to a running
right
play.
To a run.
What are we doing here?
They're down by a bunch. They should probably
doing?
Throw the ball.
What's Kevin O'Connell doing?
Outside of the bad interception and a couple of drops and and again, I'll keep saying it, not like some Vikings homer thing. I told everyone, I said, I prefer the Eagles in this matchup if you had to bet a side. But outside of that bad pick and the Irv drop and a couple of really, really uncalled for pass interferences that were uncalled, like Cousins hasn't been bad. And they've given him a lot of easy stuff to go, but like give him something to do here.
I love it. Andy, we got to answer the Better Life's question. Better Life, great pod. Check it out if you haven't already heard it. What was the best track on Enema of the State? Of course, the Blink-182 album that you were singing off the top.
Was there? Oh man, I can't think of the name of it now.
I'm going to give you choices between All the Small Things, What's My Age Again, and Adam's Song. I think those are probably
Adam's
the
song.
consensus.
Like I was an Adam's Song guy.
Adam's Song was pretty damn good.
Dysentery Gary. Adam's Song slapped.
All right, I like it.
I listened to some weird music. Like you just bought the things that everybody bought, and like I probably, I think I can remember going. Like it just would feel weird about the things I bought at the same time. Like I'm pretty sure I bought like a Blink-182 and a Godsmack album at the same time. Just like, hey, these are popular, and like this is kind of on the radio, or my buddy has this in his car. Oh my God, Kirk pick. This over is cursed. I'm not getting this middle. Thank God I bet the under, I guess.
Oh my God. What do you think's happening here on 4th and 10? Oh, Keenum somehow kneeling. Okay.
Yeah, there's not enough
48.
time.
48 points. Call it.
Calling it a day.
Holy crap. 48 points. Wow. Let's look at the market on that one. I want to see when the big, because there was a big buy on the over 47.5 this morning. I saw it and I was like, oh
I
shit.
was gonna say I didn't look at the other things that happened in the market either. So we bet. I
So
bet a little. I bet a little Kansas City minus 6.5. Where's that sitting?
7.
Okay,
Well,
and then it's 6. It's still 6.
somebody's sitting on that,
Yeah,
I think.
I bet, and then we bet a little Green Bay under 45.
What's that? How's that looking from a CLV standpoint?
41. There was people, and
It
I
was the
knew.
Evans news, right?
Yeah,
Evans
that
suspension.
didn't that
Yeah.
we said, like, I think we said, hey, that's like 50-50. He misses the game too. I was surprised. He might play. I don't know. How's that work? It's not like baseball where when you appeal the suspension, you just get to keep playing.
No. Congratulations to the Deep Dive Discord guys for that under hitting. That is fucking cool. Very, very fired up for you. So let's just see, when limits went up, that had been bet down from 51 to 50 to 50 and a half. Oh, sorry, 51, 50 and a half, 50, 49 and a half. Limits go up 48 and a half, 48 flat. It's at a 48 flat from the time you could bet $5,000 on it at Bookmaker, and it got bet up to 48 today before a wave of nonsense money pushed it down to 47.
Do you know what the second half total was in the Bills game?
Was it 24?
It's 23.5, I think.
It was 23.5. Oh, well, I made it.
Yeah.
So you hit another middle there.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
I just said nice things about. We got to cut that part of the podcast. Say nice things about Kirk Cousins and Matt. Can I get an invite to the Discord? We used to give them out for free. We don't anymore. It doesn't cost you a damn thing though. You DM
give
me.
Give us a comment on this. If you comment on this YouTube video, we will reply with the link.
You just comment on this video, say something nice, hit the thumbs up. We'll have to trust.
It doesn't even have to be nice. It can be funny.
No, say something horrible about my beard. But comment, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, Matt, and say, hey, this is Matt, so we know it's you too. Yeah, we don't want an imposter, and we will get you a Discord link. I don't know. I think I'm gonna, hopefully, if Minnesota just pisses away this whole second half, looks bad, maybe that Lions number comes down.
Ooh, wouldn't that be nice?
If I get a lower number on that, I would probably fire away on that. Nice bounce back spot. All right. I'm going to also
first down Philly, man.
So, and lastly, and I don't know, Drew, when the last time you went to, I'm not sure when the last time you went to a batting cage was.
It's been a good while, at least 3 years. Pre-pandy, so it feels like 30 years.
So yeah, they used to be outdoors, chain link, quarters. You put the quarters in to hit. Fuck, you didn't even have to wear a helmet if you didn't want. There was like a 15-year-old kid watching the thing. I went to one today, had like shot track on it. It cost twice as much as the normal ones, but when you hit the ball, there's a TV and it shows you where the ball would have landed. Like, I was watching some high school kid came with this, and actually this kid was fucking hitting missiles, by the way.
So this is basically like the Topgolf technology.
It's like Topgolf at the batting cage. Like, if that kid would have been, I almost went in there. I was wearing flip flops. It wasn't my day, but yeah, he'd hit one. It's like, oh, that's a double, and it was the launch angle and bullshit like that. I'm going back there. I paid $25 for. They loaded up a card with 15 swipes, and a swipe was 15 balls. So what's that? $225.
Yeah,
like 225 balls for $25. I'm gonna spend I'm probably gonna be in the majors, guys.
I love that.
Kid had a hoot.
Oh, I love it.
Andy, and we fixed some things too.
Andy, can I get a confidence check on our second half bet?
I'm fully confident.
Awesome, dude. 24.5. We paid the price. We got it. We got the right price. Fucking amazing set of
Bills minus 10, never in doubt. Good job, guys.
Andy, great start to the fucking season, man.
It has
Yes.
been.
Yes. Just a great start to the
Also,
season.
except suck my butt, Kyler Murray. God. And you know what? I don't even blame him. He was trying hard. Suck my butt, Hunter Renfro.
I am all if it takes that bad of a beat to beat me right now in the NFL, I'll take it.
Nobody.
I'll take
Nobody, Drew, is going to break our stride.
it. Dan clipped my blow.
Yeah, he put my picture on it too. That's the best part. He's like, actually, Andy didn't say this. Plug their blow. All I could think of was the George. George is a marine biologist.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I reached
The
down.
sea was angry.
I climbed onto the giant fish, mammal, whatever. Reached down to his bowl.
The sea was angry that day, my friends.
Like an old man trying to return soup to the deli. So
see you guys.
All right.
I'm gonna go home to my. We did a 40-minute halftime show. Well, there were two games.
It was 2 games. You're welcome.
What are you gonna do? See you guys.
You're welcome.